What's up you guys, it's JR here, bringing you another storytime video. And today I'm going to be continuing my story from yesterday, from when I was moving to Yellowknife. So let's get started. And if you like this series, just hit that like button. It will show me that you guys like this series and I will continue to post more storytime videos. So let's get into things. So after I landed, I met up with Wendy and her family. They were outside waiting for me. First thing they did was show me around the town. But there was not much to see. One Tim Hortons in the town, one KFC, two McDonald's, a Subway, and an A&W. If you were looking for any kind of fast food there, you were not going to find it. And the worst part of all is that the KFC tasted nasty. And I could not eat it at all. I found out that I'd be staying with Wendy's daughters. They lived in a trailer right outside the McDonald's, actually. They had my room ready for me by the time I got there. But Wendy could tell by my face that I was really sad. She told me not to worry and that things will get better. But by this time, I was getting really homesick. So the first week in Yellowknife, I actually stayed in my room for the most of it. Bonnie and Polly, Wendy's daughters, actually had about 5 or 6 seasons of Smallville, and I binge watched every single episode. It was good. They woke me up one night to see the Northern Lights for the first time. It was really cool. I've seen it in movies and videos before, but to see it up close and personal was really amazing. I ended up working at McDonald's for a few days before I quit for a job at Walmart. It paid more and promised better hours, so I had to switch over to Walmart. Let me tell you this, you guys. It is so easy to find a job in Yellowknife. Within a week of looking for a job, I had a handful of interviews and 4 job offers by the end of the week. I met a lot of cool people at work, new friends, new people. It was nice. I remember every morning Walmart would force us to do the Walmart cheer. And I can't really remember how it goes, but it was like, give me a W, give me an A, give me an L. It was like something like that. And it was so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. But I got over it after a month. Winter came really fast. I swear it started snowing a little in September. People who lived in Yellowknife told me that it didn't snow a lot, that the temperatures can drop below -50. I could not believe that when they told me. They said that the roads are all covered in frozen snow because it's just that cold. You don't see the ground or the roads till spring. It's crazy. And just my luck, this would be the year it would snow a lot. After about a month, I was able to get my own apartment with Wendy's daughters, Polly and Bonnie. I was cool with being roommates with them. It was working out pretty well the first month. Things were good. I was saving up money, friends that liked to party. I even went to the Superstore ripoff called Extra Food. If you don't know what a Superstore is, it's a very popular grocery chain in Canada. I swear if you bought any fresh fruit or vegetables at this place, it would go bad in a matter of days. Like, you would have to eat it that day, or the next day it would start to become rotten. And I don't know why. It happened with any type of fresh vegetables or foods or anything that is grown from the ground. It would go bad quickly. So I was talking to my sister, Summer, and planning to buy her a plane ticket up here. And that's what I did. It was so nice to have a familiar face, but I need to tell you guys something before Summer got here, so you guys can understand the story. I was actually having a lot of problems with Wendy's kids, Polly and Bonnie. I never really seen myself as a really clean person. As I'm recording this right now, I can see how messy my room looks. But when you're living with other people, you need to respect that. You can't act like you would when you live alone. Of course. But they would not clean up after themselves. Their dishes would stay out for days. Even some pots getting mold inside of them, they would stay out that long. We have a freaking dishwasher! Never in my life have I ever had an easy way to do dishes, and that was apparently too difficult for them. They would never clean out the cat litter. Walking into the house would just smell like poop. Like, just right when you walked in, you get a big woof of cat poop and pee, and it was gross, really gross. Like, could you imagine your friends walking in here and that's the first thing you smell? Sometimes I would never even leave my room, it was that bad. One of the sisters didn't take a shower much or even really wash her clothes. She would smell so bad. Never in my life have I ever had to tell another person to take a shower. Even when people have bad body odor around me, I just don't say anything because it can hurt people's feelings. It can come off mean, so I just avoid it. But it was just so bad every single day living with it. It put me to my boiling point. I never had problems like this with roommates ever before. I tried so hard for Wendy not to argue with them a lot, but when you have roommates throwing garbage everywhere, not picking up after themselves. I became a clean freak, and I'm not even one. That's the crazy thing. I'm not even a clean, like I just like to clean up after myself. That's all. I would even have to fully clean up the kitchen every day from top to bottom. It was that bad. And I'm not even trying to be unreasonable at all. I understand if you make some food and you want to eat right away. I get that. You don't want to be cleaning your pots and pans right after you cook your meal. You want to sit down and eat. I get that. But when you set down your dirty dishes and you don't clean them that night, or you don't clean them the next day, or the next day, and all your dirty dishes and all the mess from what you just made is still there, it starts to become a little ridiculous. I had to pick up their garbage, I had to do their dishes, and I even had to change the litter box a bunch of times. It's not even my cat, I'm allergic. It started a lot of screaming matches with them. Now that my sister was living with us, she also seen the problem I was dealing with. After a month, things really started to blow up. I was arguing with Polly over and over again. Then things really started to blow up. One day I started arguing with Polly about something. To this day I couldn't tell you what it is, but it's probably one of the problems I've been telling you guys already. Then her sister Bonnie stepped in and started arguing with me. My sister heard us and came out of her room to see what was going on. Of course my sister's gonna want to have my back. She wanted to know what was going on and why we were arguing. So Summer and Polly got into this big screaming match, to the point where Polly hit my sister. Now, if my sister hit Polly first, I would have stopped the fight right away. My sister is a big girl. She's been in many fistfights over the years, protecting me when I was young, even beating up bigger men today. She's a girl you do not want to mess with. She's strong and she can fight. So when Polly got the first punch in, my sister went crazy. And literally after a second, Polly was on the ground crying. It was literally a blink you missed it kind of situation. I yelled at my sister to stop, and my sister just looked over at me and started to cry. My sister started telling me, she hit me first. She hit me first, Abdullah. She hit me first. I told her I seen everything and I know who hit first. And to anyone out there who's listening to this, fighting is not the answer. But if you hit someone, don't be surprised if they hit you back. I'm sorry, but you better be ready to back it up if you're going to throw the first punch. Polly lost all of my respect when she lied to the police officers and told her my sister hit first. But would Wendy believe that? Would she believe her kids, her own flesh and blood, or over my sister? To this day, if you ask Polly, she would tell you that Summer hit her first. But I seen everything, and that's what made me stop talking to the both of them. Especially Polly. If Polly and Bonnie could be so dirty and so lazy and hit my sister and lie about it, I didn't want to talk to people like that anymore. You either step up when you do it or you don't at all. But I don't deal with people like that. And because of all that drama, we both got kicked out of the house. My sister ended up moving back to Nova Scotia later that month, and I ended up getting my own place with new roommates. And by the way, I was living with 2 party guys and 1 dog, and the house was never dirty or stuck. Me and Wendy got over it, and it never hurt our friendship. She still looked out for me like a second mother. She could have treated me badly, but our friendship stayed the same, and I love her for that. I had to buy a $200 parka, and I was ready for the winter. It was so cold during the winter. It was around -40 most days. I can remember a time when the sun came out, and it was -27. I took off my parka, and I thought it was so warm. My eyes were not freezing shut today. That's how cold it would get. After about 9 months living there, I had enough money to go home, and I was ready to get out of Yellowknife. When I got back to Halifax, I got my own apartment. That's when my biological father found me on Facebook. Sam hired me to work at the convenience store, and the rest is history. If you want to know what happened with my biological father, I will leave that link below if you want to watch that storytime video. I did a whole video about my biological father. Alright you guys, thanks for watching. I will not be coming up with a new storytime video tomorrow. That does not mean I'm not going to make any more storytime videos, but this series will be returning later this week. It can actually take up to 3 to 4 hours just to make a 10-minute storytime video, and that doesn't even include the time to render and upload. So I really do appreciate the likes when you guys like these videos, so thank you. But I will be coming up with a new series of me commentary while playing Splatoon. I would like to show people watching how to get better at the game, and maybe we can all learn from each other and get better from our mistakes. So yeah, I can't wait to post that video tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys later. Alright you guys, have a good day. Bye.